I'm speechless. I am delighted. Now listen, I was asked to give my testimony as a Christian, what God means to me and all that. That's what I worked on first. And that's what I'm like first. And I went so far, and then I threw that one away, and that away. And I put 2 over on the typewriter to rewrite them. They weren't quite right. So the first thing that I have to say is interesting. So I want you to think about this. Say what you are about getting older. It ain't bad. Because for all the aches, wrinkles, and uncooperative body parts that have accompanied recent birthdays, there's been one new arrival that I wasn't expecting.
Amen.
Huh?
I said amen.
Well, what's your one? I was just wondering what you would say to that. What is that's a new arrival you weren't expecting to your aging? This woman, in the Solomon-like observation of life, said it's contentment. Did you ever think of that?
Amen.
Well, I'm reminded of Paul's words in his second letter to the church of Corinth. Even though it looks like things are falling apart on the outside, on the inside where God is making new life, not a day goes by without His unfailing grace. Now, you know what? I was thinking about contentment. My contentment is more a fulfillment, an excitement of what lies around the next corner in this tremendous love I find in my intimate relationship with God as I have been growing through the 85, 90. No, 85. Through the 85 years since I found Christ. At 14, so I don't think that comes out right. It was in a little white church at the corner of 5th Avenue and East Street in South Charleston, West Virginia. And there were several young people there. We had a new pastor who preached, and we were saved. And do you know, we were baptized in Canal River in January. I think it was, because they usually have followed every revival with baptism in the river. There I found what a teenager needs above all else at that little church. Love. Love. In my church family, acceptance, appreciation. Now, in a church our size, we're going to have trouble with that, aren't we? Mm-hmm. And yet, this is still what we need. And with such, oh yeah, and then I found a place to serve. And that's so terribly important. I want to tell you, oh dear. I want to tell you a little bit. this is when we hadn't been there very long, and brother, oh dear, this is what I can't, I have to look down here to see what his name is now that
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. Well, it does. Brother Sankey. Brother Sankey is from a Balkan man from the Balkans over in Egypt. No, it's not Egypt. All right, I do want to tell you this. And he said to me, I was about 11, he said, if I'll give you lessons free if your mom will buy a piano. My mother buy a piano? We were poor. There was such a little chance of it, but she bought it. And he gave me some lessons. He wasn't in town very long, and then he was transferred somewhere else. He worked that way. So I didn't I've always figured I got 12 to 15 lessons, probably. He gave my brother, who's 2 years younger than I, violin lessons. And Otis remembers that they gave him and me nickels, a nickel each, at the end of each lesson. Oh.
On your flower. You keep on talking.
Okay.
How's that?
So, it wasn't very long until I was playing the piano in church. Not long. To the house of God, God Joyce, with rejoicing I come. That's one of them. We just had a few, and they were easy. That's the key of F, not one flat. So that's one of my new ones that I sang. But Mom and that man did not know what they were doing. He taught me, and I played in church, and God has blessed and used what He had. He's blessed and used what I have, and thank God for that.